Hello there, welcome back to the weekly video. As yesterday was a holiday, so that's why we only have the recording for today. So what are we looking at as usual? We are looking at the previous highlighted stocks in the email, and I'm going to walk through with you how it progresses and then whether the stocks is still doing okay or not. So let's start with this IFAS and sets highlighted on the 23rd of June. Okay, so this one 23rd of June. So let's see what happened then was that IFAS was showing sign of potential rebound. As you can see, IFAS on the left-hand side, we have this doji at the MA support. So it did not rebound immediately, but it continued to hold at the support level. Then it gives a follow-through buying on this particular day, okay, on the 27th of June. Then it started to move well today. But the thing is, suddenly there was a sell-off to push it to 459. So the challenge here is that whether can it close higher. So if we cannot close higher today, then this may not be a good sign, because from my experience is higher opening, right, and then closing lower is not a good sign, it's a bad sign. If you look at this example here, higher opening, lower closing. So when I say higher opening means that compared to the previous close, it opened higher. So compared to the previous close, it opened higher, and then you got sell off and then close lower. So compared to the previous close, right, you open higher, then you close lower. So it always resulted in lower price action from the counter. So we have to watch today and see what will happen. So if you have some profit, maybe you can take and run just in case if there is any changes in the market direction. Then we have sets. So what happened is that sets was just a highlight to indicate where the potential support is. And what you can see is that I uses Fibonacci support. So I use Fibonacci support level as I highlighted and covered in the video last week. And let's plot one Fibonacci level here. Okay, so following the chart that I have on the screen, on the email rather, then you can see here the support 61.8 is 2.58, so 2.58. So you can see sets is holding here, and the rebound isn't that successful as yet, but it's not that bad though as well. So let's continue to watch where sets would be. So of course, if we can close above 262, it'll be good for the counter, and then it can give its a chance to move up to test 281. Next, we are looking at this Keppel Corp and Wilmar. Remember Keppel Corp and Sengcorp Industry in the Telegram group, which I'm going to switch over there now, right? That I mentioned last week when it was trading at support level. So I highlighted using Fibonacci and classical. Okay, so the normal support and resistance that you see, for example, this is called classical support. Okay, and let's see where is Sengcorp today. So Sengcorp, congrats for those who follow the support and enter at the support level. Now we are looking at Sengcorp going back to its resistance here at 582. So currently it's trading at 576 and 577. She's doing well. Keppel Corp. So what did I say in the email is that so we expect Keppel Corp to rebound from this 657 support level. The counter rebounded to 683, but pulled back to retest the support at 657. And let's see where Keppel Corp is right now. So Keppel Corp rebounded on the hammer pattern, but it is still not as convincing as Sengcorp Industry. So we have to wait for this consolidation phase to be over, followed by a breakout that will end the consolidation phase. So an upward break will be a positive sign. Of course, conversely, a downward break will mean that Keppel Corp may go for a downtrend first before it can recover higher. Then we have Wilmar. So Wilmar gives us a glimmer of hope over here with some rebound, intraday rebound that forms this lower shadow. And Wilmar disappoints with no follow-through buying as it closed lower and yet another black candle. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 consecutive black candle with no rebound. So I wonder how it will perform going forward. But one thing for sure is that it's holding at this 385 support already for the second day going. And it is very important to see this counter holding at this support and rebound from this support to stage a fight back towards this resistance at 410. For now, I'm not going to take any action on Wilmar. Then Kaplan Invest and SIA. So in the email, of course, you get a lot of information, and it is best that you read thoroughly when you saw the email. And what we are looking at is that this Kaplan Invest is having an inverted hammer at the support level. And I started to have some trading plan, but this is my own trading plan for your reference. Like for example, entry level about 331, stop loss about 319, and profit target is about 347. And of course, now we know that it's a testing time, especially tonight we have this PCE data from the US market, which is another inflation data, personal consumer index. So we are looking at this Kaplan Invest, where it is trading at about 331, 330 right now. And of course, it's still early to say whether it can really hit 347, but of course, we buy before it run, right? Or we enter before it run. But the thing is for sure that if it comes to 323 and break below, it may not be as bullish as we would anticipate, because if it comes down to 323, it will form a descending triangle. So we have to watch what is going to happen next. Of course, today it closed higher and Monday it closed even higher. That will give us a strong confident signal. Then we have SIA. Entry reference is 761, and then 796 will be the target. Of course, what's the rationale of highlighting this counter? First, it was at feeble support level. Second is that there might be a potential higher low for SIA. And if SIA were to hit the entry price, then it will be higher, giving a higher chances to go up. And what we can see here is that SIA did not hit 361. In fact, it went as high as 357, and then after that, or rather slightly higher, 758. Then the news came where Temasek sell SIA shares, some of SIA shares to take some profit. And it was also highlighted in the Telegram group as well. So we see SIA. So I see SIA news on the 29th of June. So I immediately posted it, and then but of course we cannot do anything. It's a holiday. And today we start to the market start to stun us. Look at the high volume. Probably is the market selling, as they sell down all the way to clear their position in one shot. So we can see that the SIA probably is hitting some support level now, and I would like to draw the feeble support here. Following what I have the email. So here, about here is 30.2. So if I'm not wrong, the start will be around here, and then the end will be here. Yep. So let's see whether we got, I mean, I think I use this one. Sorry, I use this one. This as the start. Okay, so this is the 38.2. Yes. Then now we are looking at 50%, then 61.8. Now you might give a might question that, how come you can anyhow start? Well, usually we take a reference, not anyhow, but the start of the rally. So you can see the consolidation here. Then this is the start of the rally. But of course, Fibonacci, it is a natural number. Meaning to say, even if you were to start at a different point, which I started earlier, like here, you realize that this price that SIA is trading is 50% for the later rally, but for the earlier starting point, right, you can see it is 38.2, a confluence of levels. And you look at this 50%, 6.86. If I were to shift it to this starting point, here, then you can see that it is actually a 61.8 for this as well. So you can see it is it's a very easy to use figure, because it tend to confluence with one another. So let's repeat again. Okay, so you can see here 687. Okay, so around there, if I were to shift up to here, right around here, so this 61.8, 687, this is 697, so it's thereabouts around there. Okay, but the most accurate one will be 50%. So which means that if SIA cannot hold at this 1.8, then it will be tricky if you continue to fall towards 687 to 697 range. And if it doesn't hold there as well, which would mean that the next support level will be 653. Okay, so SIA, just continue to watch if you're still holding. Then we have city development. So city development, we see bullish Harami as support level. So you see one long black followed by one white candle in between the black candle. Okay, so just click and enlarge it for you to see, right? And city development did have some follow through buying the next day, but today weakened again back to the entry level. So this is not a particularly good sign, but it's not game over yet. So we got to watch further how this counter will develop. Certainly a recovery towards 680 will be a good sign. But we also take note that the trading volume is also very low for now, and it's still early to say whether it can move up or continue lower. So if you continue lower, then it will be a bear sign, and it may go on to a perpetual downtrend or a longer term downtrend at after it breaks 664, which is a key support, major support level. Singtel, we have a symmetrical triangle. So we want to see a breakout. Okay, but unfortunately, the breakout hasn't happened successfully. In fact, Singtel has been opening higher and closing lower. So this is a weakening sign. Okay, not a strong sign for the counter, particularly if we are looking at a bullish breakout. So the key thing to look at is not to break 249, and then it may push the counter significantly lower. Okay, just a imagination. If the stocks don't do well, then we can see some downside. Okay, and let's see what's the potential downside. Ooh, wow. If it sell off, it will be about 2.28. But then see how what it will do going forward. Okay, so today we have AEM and Genting. So AEM did well on on Friday, Thursday was a holiday, Wednesday. Okay, it formed a rising tree method, which I actually included in my email to explain what is this pattern. And it was doing well earlier, but I saw a sell off as well. Okay, so it went to as high as 381 before it sell down to 372, 373. Okay, which is not a very bullish candle here. And we certainly hope that it can recover and close at 378. Then there's a higher chance to move up. Okay, next we have this Genting. So Genting has a support at 93, and it has to close at 955 in order to be bullish. Genting. So do we have higher movement? Not yet. 94, 945. Still waiting for this to happen. So I've drawn this arrow maybe earlier, maybe in the earlier video. So we have to see 98 get tested. Then we have a nice double bottom for a breakout. Okay. So with this, thank you for viewing this week's video. I appreciate the likes that you have clicked, and hopefully you can continue to support me, and I will see you again next week.